Welcome everybody to the RandamLee IndyCar series here inside iRacing Leagues. Tonight we're at Road America. Tonight I am joined by Andrew Beach. Say
Howdy.
hello. There he is. Careful in the
How is everybody?
Got
a very deserving pole.
Shut up, Andrew. I'm talking. Hayden Lowland close third. Okay, go ahead.
Garrett Boyd right now, unless there's any last-minute changes here, with a very deserving pole. Scott Rankin in second. Very fast driver here, deserving of his second-place finish. Hayden Lowell, currently your points leader, very deserving. Hayden Lowell's in third, then it is Jeremy Shearer in the 15 machine in fourth, then is Ian Montrose, Cliff Mullins, Jeff Price, Matt Benke. DG is the final driver to turn on the lap in 10th. Then it is Jeff Perchatsky, Zach McBride, and Daniel LaVallen. Kenny Frisbee it says Kenny has connected. Not seeing him on the driver's list. Maybe he's in here to spot for somebody. Scott Rankin has jumped up to the top spot. Very deserving pole there for Scott. Does it by half a second though. Great lap there by Scott. Hayden Lowell is not out on track, so he will keep his third place unless somebody jumps him. Is anybody other than DG out on track, or is it just DG trying to improve his position here?
Just the 26 out right now. Ian
currently 3 seconds off of 8th.
Get my microphone closer here. Probably sound pretty distant. I got him in a tin can. There we go. That's better.
As long as Smokey doesn't hit the power cord, we're good.
Oh, he's locked out. We're good.
DG up the hill now. Going to see where he can advance his position to here in the final moments of qualifying. Will not improve his time. Actually went about a half second slower. So he will stay in 9th place for the moment.
Alrighty, well, looks like a few different tire choices for these guys. You got top two are going to start on the alternates. Hayden Lowell is going to start on those primaries. And the 15 and the 19 both have alternates. Everybody else will be on the primaries. So, bit of a split decision between which tire you want to start on. As always this season, they will have to switch their tires before the end of the race to the opposite compound. The alternates being the softer and faster tire for a shorter duration.
So you said that Scott and Garrett both are on that soft tire to start?
Correct.
Yeah, that'll be pretty interesting to see. They're going to do their best to get away here and gain as much of a gap over Hayden and the rest of the field as they can here in these early stages. So that way, whenever they switch to this harder compound tire, that they're able to still hold on to that gap.
Oh, iRacing fixed the short parade lap on Road America. Awesome. We're starting on the other backstretch now.
Exquisite.
Much better. I think. Where are we?
It's a lot better than wherever we were. Somebody sounds like they're just sitting in RPM. Maybe I'm crazy.
I think you might be crazy.
Hey, you know what? That's fair.
We go out and play some more Ozzy Osbourne tonight. Get the stream taken down too.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Who's not gridded? Jeffrey. Thank you.
Well, Jeff jumped in just to jump out. He's going to start in the pits.
Alrighty, Scott Rankin going to be on the pole. Garrett Boyd in second. I don't know how that happened. That must have happened toward the end of practice.
Yeah, that was probably the last 30, 40 seconds there. Scott jumped up to take the pole away from Garrett. Did it by about half a second.
Jeremy Shearer with a strong 4th. Montrose in 5th. Cliff Mullins 6th. Jeff Price going to start from the pits in 7th. Matt Benke in 8th. E.G. Swiss in 9th. Jeff Perchotsky in 10th. Zach McBride in 11th. And Daniel Mullen in 12th. Both cars starting here
Matt,
tonight.
one word to describe your night before we get going here.
Could be better.
All right, that was multiple. It's a one-way street.
Here we go over the hill. Got Rankin in control. Green flag in the air.
Ooh, Garrett Boyd. I'm not sure if it's in iRacing, but Garrett Boyd did beat Scott to the line right there. Hayden throwing it 3 wide here.
Oh, jeez.
Down into turn 1.
Contact is made!
Shearer.
Garrett Boyd
Jeremy
gets spun off the
Shearer.
nose of the 15. He's stuck in the tires over there.
It's a tough break for those two drivers. Hayden Lowell able to get away with the lead. Scott Rankin made the wise decision to back out of that and allowed Hayden and Garrett to be side by side. And that's going to put him back into the second place position as they head up underneath the Corvette sign. God's favorite car. Ian Montrose has moved up to 3rd place. Cliff Mullins in 4th, under attack from Jeff Perchatsky. Jeff throws it to the inside. Not able to get the power down. Cliff's going to hold on to the position for the moment. Right behind Perchatsky and Mullins is Matt Benke and Zach McBride. Perchatsky still trying to get around the 37 machine of Cliff Mullins. Peeking to the outside, side by side, back here through the backstretch. Side by side into a right-hander. Cliff gives up the position. As he had a much shallower entry, Perchatsky's going to go around him. He's going to take over the position. Ooh, McBride super loose under braking there, trying to not run into the back of Matt Benke. Great job by Zach to not get into him here. Jump back up front. Hayden still has a pretty commanding lead. Looks like it's almost at 1.5 seconds. Shrinking just a little bit here, down to 1.2. Right now, your biggest mover is the 5 of Jeff Perchatsky. Started in 10th place, currently up to 4th at the moment. Garrett Boyd's trooping this one out. Stayed in the race. Daniel Llewellyn still out here. Check in our old buddy Daniel. He's got all of his wings. We love to see that for Daniel. Jeremy Shearer might have suffered too much damage there on that incident with Garrett. He has taken it to the garage and called it a night. Still, the closest battle on track appears to be between Matt Benke and Zach McBride, currently fighting for the 6th place. Zach's fallen off a little bit into the chicane-style corner here. Zach McBride gets a good run on Matt Benke into the quarter. Has to get out of it just a little bit, but he does look like he's going to have the speed. Oh, contact made! That's going to send Zach into the tire barrier. Looks like it's broken his left front. He's going to struggle to get back to pit road. Not going to have any turning power here. Is unfortunate, just a simple mistake there. It looked like he was honestly going to be clear.
See what happened here. Oh man, just hopped off the back of the 35. Oh man. Well, up front, Hayden Lowell about a second lead over Scott Rankin. Another second back to Ian Montrose.
This is honestly not what Scott wants to see, as Scott is on the softer, faster tire. Hayden Lowell is on the harder, slower tire, so whenever they come down to make their mandatory pit stops,
So,
Hayden's only going to get faster.
the thing about that is, Scott Rankin does have the primaries on, but he qualified on the red. So I'm not entirely sure how he was allowed to start with the primary. I don't know if that's actually not a rule we have set in this. But I was always under the assumption that you started on whatever your qualifying tire was.
So Scott has the whites on?
He does. He does. He
Huh.
qualified on the reds, and he has the whites on. He started the race on the whites. So he will have to switch to the alternates just as Hayden does. Everybody else started on whatever they qualified with, but Scott is the odd one out on that.
Shows you how well I pay attention. Is this one of his first starts?
That's a good question.
If this is one of his first starts, he might not have been aware of that rule. And I mean, if it's not stated and it's one of your first races, you know.
Well, it should just make you do it. There should be a setting in there. So I don't know if it actually isn't a rule, or if iRacing didn't correctly do it, or I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but
Well, that'll make things a lot easier or more interesting here.
yeah. I'm sure if Hayden had known, he probably would have started on the reds, or I don't know, maybe he would, or he would have qualified on the reds and started on the primary. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see later on. Not entirely sure at the moment, so I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to jump to conclusions.
But he's
Looking through the
maintaining
field
that 1
right
second
now.
gap. Hayden with Hayden.
Garrett Boyd is all the way back up to 7th at the moment. He's made his way around DG and Matt, trying to run down his teammate of Jeff Price. Actually, no, he is past Jeff Price as well. My apologies.
So,
Trying to run down his teammate of Cliff Mullins.
little note here. Second and third have been using their push to pass somewhat regularly. We're approaching about a quarter of the way through the race. So they've used about a quarter of it so far, so they're on track to finish with enough, but just an interesting note. Hayden has not used any of his yet. He's got all 200 seconds still in the bank. But it is allowing the 49 to close in on Hayden just a little bit. Battle for 5th, Garrett Boyd and Cliff Mullins. Are Garrett going to get by? Up into the top 5.
Ooh, Scott Rankin slid off into the dirt just a little bit. Going to cost him a little bit of time there to Hayden. Dipped his right rear tire off before the chicane, what I'm calling it. It's not the right corner name. Bite me. I'm stupid. Field here. Seen any interesting battles here? Really, anybody close? About your closest battle on track is a 1 second gap right now. Cliff and Garrett. Garrett has got around his teammate and pulled away up into the 5th position for Garrett Boyd. I gotta remember to look at yours more because yours auto updates and that's amazing.
Once again, Rankin picking up a little bit of time.
I know you won't say the number. Ooh, somebody's on pit road. Jeff Prochatsky's on pit road. Wings are still on it. Doesn't appear to be a damaged pit stop. 6 laps in, 35-minute race.
He did start on the primaries, so maybe he's thinking run a quarter of the race on the primaries and then switch to the alternates and finish on those. I'm not sure.
Very interesting strategy here from Prochaski, but looks like he
didn't
stayed on
switch
the
tires.
primaries.
Yeah. Not sure.
DG goes around him right there, down into turn number 1. Prochaski's going to try and power around. DG's going to move over. Prochaski's going to go right back on around him.
So for the leads heating up, Rankin has got it down to half second.
Now, how much of his, I know you won't say, but has he used a lot more?
He actually did not use much to make that gap up that time.
Okay.
I don't think he really used any of it. So he's just making it uptime on speed now.
Hayden kicked up a little bit of dust there off that corner exit. That might... Ooh. Scott runs a little wide there, too. A little loose there into that final corner. Both drivers putting it on the edge. Hayden Lowell trying to snake down the front stretch to avoid giving Scott as much of a draft as he can.
Ian Montrose, he was only about a second behind these guys. He's now shown 10 seconds back. I don't know what happened to Ian. Back up to the leaders.
Scott went off into the grass just ever so slightly. Didn't look like it cost him much, but those tires did get a little bit of dirt kicked up on him. Down into this hard left-hand turn here. Hayden pushed a little bit wider than Scott did. Great racing up here at this front. May not be side-by-side racing, but it's still on the edge for road course racing. So many opportunities for mistakes to happen. Scott gets right up to the rear bumper there. Hayden's able to drive away.
49. Got in there pretty deep and still made the corner pretty well.
They are coming up on lap traffic here. This is the Zach McBride machine in the 28 here, just ahead of our leaders, trying to recover after that unfortunate incident there. Doing a great job staying in this race and fighting through the adversity there. We'll see if this lap traffic will get out of the way or if it's going to play a factor into this race lead here. Hayden's trying to get a run. Not sure if he's going to be able to make the pass without Zach moving and letting off. So we'll see if this holds him up as there is more lap traffic ahead of Zach McBride. Locks up the tire just a little bit. Stays wide and lets the leaders go by. Doesn't appear to have cost anybody too much. Yeah, pushed wide into the dirt here. Another lap car ahead of him. I believe this is Daniel Llewellyn ahead. It is. So we'll see what Daniel does. He's going to stay wide here and let the leaders fight it out. Thank you, Daniel. Love to see that from you, brother.
Yeah, Adam.
So
how's Tyson versus Paul going? Don't spoil it, though. I don't know if anybody's in here that doesn't want to spoil it.
I don't want it spoiled. I want to see Mike Tyson knock him out.
What if Jake knocks him out? First 20
I'll cry.
seconds.
I'll cry. But, I mean, they are in AT&T Stadium, so if Jerry Jones picked Mike Tyson, Jake's going to win it.
I mean, he's up against the grandpa.
Okay. Scott Rankin right there, too. The rear bumper of Hayden Lowell. 2/10 is the gap right now. Has Hayden used any of his push to pass here?
Yeah, he has got on it. He has now started to get into the push to pass, but Scott has as well. So these two are both trying to use it to get. I mean, Scott trying to get on the offense, Hayden using it to stay on the defense. Obviously, I'm sure if I had to guess, he used it after he missed that corner. This corner, actually.
Yeah. Does a great job right there. Pushes a little wide, but able to keep it on track. Another lap car here. Just about a half corner ahead of him. Hayden off into the dirt there before we head into the carousel.
Mullins in price
Hayden's
on pit
pushed
road.
wide. Able to get out of that corner very well. Let's go see who. Matt Banky is the driver ahead of Hayden Lowell. A good bit away, a little bit further than I thought it was, so my apologies.
Roshatsky comes back down pit road.
So currently we are 9 laps in, and it's saying based on the pace that these front runners are going at, we're going to run 21 laps, so we are not quite halfway. Should see these front 2 drivers possibly go another lap, maybe 2, to try and split it halfway. Might want to run, honestly, a little longer because they're going to the red tire.
Yes, yeah, they're on the primaries right now, which last a lot longer than the alternates, and you get on that softer tire, you want to give it as little time as possible, but enough to be fast. And it's really hard to judge that when you don't know how it's going to act. I'm sure a lot of these guys didn't test the difference between the tires at this track, so it's going to be a guessing game, and that's makes it interesting.
I think the thing that helps Hayden and Scott out here the most is there's a 16-second gap here, roughly, from the leader to 3rd place. So there is time for them to play with. But I agree, you don't want to get a tire that's good for 5 laps and have to go 10 on it.
Car off track in front.
Ooh. Matt Banky off track. Jeff Chatsky. Oh, Scott goes wide. He's in the gravel.
Oh, no.
This is costing Scott so much time here. Back onto the racetrack. Great job hanging onto that machine there by Scott.
Replay. You missed this, we were on board with the 56. Yeah, just not used
Looks
to
like he
that
tried
corner
to
that
hold.
wide.
Yeah, it's like he tried to run the lane that he would normally run from the outside there. Tough break there for Scott. That puts the gap at almost 3 seconds between Hayden and Scott.
All the way back there, that's Scott Rankin now.
It's going to try and get past Matt Banky here. Matt's going to stay to the right and let him go by. Definitely not something Matt intended to do, just a bad time for the leaders there to catch both lap cars that were having issues, and then Scott having his line messed up very late going into a corner.
There goes our only interesting battle.
You'll get that on road courses.
Yeah, especially in Road America, 4 miles long. A lot of space for these guys to spread out.
Put the fight in the bottom corner of the string. Hot dang. Lucas, you're going to love watching the 2.4 hours away mullets after this. If you haven't already seen the winner.
I heard they were doing the jump in that on the backstretch.
They actually decided They actually decided to not.
That's
The
good.
drivers were worried about possible injuries. And I agree. I'm with you on that front. I don't think that would be very smart. So they went away from that, but they still did the Le Mans start.
That's good. That's good. I like that idea. I did not like having drivers that didn't really sign up to go over a jump. They're not stunt drivers.
Yeah. Like, Cletus might be all for that, but I don't think Noah Gregson would be too happy having to do that.
Off-season injury for Noah Gregson.
Scott Rankin on pit road. Down and away.
Stays on... Oh, no, he started on the primaries. I forgot about that. I'm still messed up with all this because I don't know if my telemetry is just wrong, but yeah, he's now on the alternates. Comes in a lap earlier than Hayden. I'm sure Hayden will come down this time, knowing that the 49 came in.
Currently 13 seconds, or 20. Oh goodness, no, that's Ian Montrose 24 seconds behind. And it's another 14 seconds, so roughly 38 seconds is the gap here with Hayden to Scott. Has Ian Montrose pit yet?
Ian Montrose has not pit. Everybody else has except for the top two at this point, and Daniel.
Damn it, Daniel.
Here comes Hayden, as expected.
Charges up the hill. Hopefully he was able to get it back down to pit road speed there. Let's see if Ian Montrose comes in this time. Coming up to the final corner on lap number 12. Runs wide into the grass here, and he is going to come down pit road.
Oh, Zachary Pride off track, Canada corner.
Damn Canadians.
As I always say, that's called Canada corner because it sucks and Canada sucks.
All right, I no longer feel bad if you're from Canada. I was making a joke, Lucas was not. So, Scott Rankin has moved back into second place. Currently, it looks like there's about a 3. Oh, Hayden runs wide. Hayden ran off track. Coming out of the pits, Hayden runs off into the dirt. That cost him some valuable time. It's under 2 seconds here. He is swerving down the backstretch to try and get those tires cleaned and warmed up. He needs to go. He needs to stop swerving there. That's cost him a lot of time. Scott Rankin has moved back into view of Hayden Lowe. 1.1 seconds here.
Hayden's just making it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Totally doesn't just drive off track.
This is a much better showing than earlier today.
Yeah, he's not looked good in that GT3 race, did he?
So Hayden Lowe right now 0.3 of a second is the lead on lap 13 of what is so far is being set to be 21 laps. Scott Rankin makes a dive into the corner. Hayden with his right sides off into the grass. Dips that left rear off. That might cost him a little bit of time, but seems like he's able to pull away from that and do a great job of recovery. Gets into the grass a little bit as well there in that final corner. Hayden does have 1 lap fresher tires as he's snaking down the front stretch to try and break the draft.
Rankin sets the fastest lap of the race right there. 43.3. That is a 1.5 seconds better than Hayden's best lap of the race.
You said it's a 43.0?
43.0. Hayden's best was a 44.4.
So that would have beat his qualifying time by over a 10th.
Yeah, so little caveat to that. First of all, he's got Hayden's draft the whole lap. And these boys are both on the push to pass pretty heavy right now. So pretty
obvious on the push to pass, seeing, you know, how close they are to major mistakes here for these drivers.
Yeah, they seem to get into these braking zones a lot heavier. They're nearly missing
Jeff
every corner.
Price overshoots Canada corner, goes off into the tire barrier, and that's going to be his ninth. Hate that for Jeff.
Battle for third. Garrett Boyd, Ian Montrose side by side. Over the hill, still battling for that third spot.
Teammates right here. Not giving an inch. You see how it is at C2X. No care if you're a teammate. Hate to see that for Jeff. Jeff's been a in and out kind of guy here this season with his new job. Always love to see Jeff out on track. Hopefully he's able to make a few more races next year. Back up front, Hayden Lowell has pulled a 1.5 second lead over Scott Rankin, as I believe we are still on board with Garrett Boyd and Ian Montrose, as that is the best battle at the moment on track. Two teammates here. Both drivers appear. Let's see here before I say something stupid. Garrett is on the primary, and Ian Montrose is on the alternate tires. So Ian should be a little bit faster here, but we will see how long that is able to last. Garrett Boyd did get involved in that early race incident between him and Jeremy Shear, and has been able to drive back up through the field, as Garrett had to lock up the tires right there to not get into the back of his teammate.
Yeah,
So Garrett has had a fast machine.
He just got kind of used to those alternates. Maybe tried to send it in a little too hard in turn one right there. Gonna have to adjust his braking points for those slower tires.
Showing the race has roughly 8 minutes and 40 seconds left. Ooh, Garrett's super loose on the exit of that corner there. Cost him just a little bit of time here.
Now that Ian's tires are getting up to temperature, it's going to be a lot tougher for Garrett to get there. But with 8 minutes left, you'll probably see Ian fall off a little bit once again. So, as long as Garrett keeps it close, he might still have a shot at that top three. Everybody's car, a good look here through the field. There's Hayden Lowell, 56 in the lead. Got Scott Rankin in second, trying to hunt him down. Got the gap back down to 1 second. And obviously Ian Montrose in third. Liquid Death number 1. Garrett Boyd in that 4th spot, 38. And Cliff Owens in the 37. 5th spot. Jeff Perchotsky, Indy 500 winner here in SRL earlier this year. And in that 6th spot. Matt Banky in the 35, sitting in 7th.
That is the final driver on the lead lap. First driver 1 lap down, it's showing is DG Swiss. Then Daniel Llewellyn. Zach McBride is the final driver out here on track as Daniel Llewellyn comes down pit road. Jeff Price is the first driver out in 11th, and then it is Jeremy Shear after that contact early with Garrett Boyd. Jumping up front here, Hayden Lowell, the lead has fallen to under a second. Just barely, kind of flirting around that 1 second.
Garrett with a run.
Boyd gets into the grass to stay side by side with his teammate. Contact almost made here. Down into Canada corner. Ian's not giving it up.
Yeah, he's just not going to be able to outbreak Ian right now. He gets these good runs out of the corner, doing a great job rolling the center, but when it comes to these large braking zones, Garrett's not going to be able to win that battle right now. The red tires are just so much better.
Super loose. Great save there. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh,
honestly, Garrett was going around.
He's giving it everything he's got right now in those primaries.
believe Garrett won one of the races that we were not able to broadcast. Hate that we didn't get to interview him there, but I mean, he's been fast all season long. He's been right here in the hunt for a lot of these races. If, you know, one or two things go differently for him, especially this race, you know, if he doesn't get involved in that early incident, maybe we're talking a different finish here for the win. But Hayden Lowell has been just a dominant car all season. Tries to get around, made it close right there, but once again, like you said, not able to beat him in a braking battle.
That's really the best way to pass here in these cars. Road America's. Oh, here
It's a good run here. Not able to outbrake him again. Ian's going to get him cleared going into the carousel. Garrett might be able to set him up here. Just going to peek back to the inside. Ian runs him off track. Give him a little extra space there. Definitely don't think that was intentional.
Battle for the lead is also getting exciting.
Ooh, contact almost made.
Oh boy.
Ian got super loose here.
Need a multi-cam at this point.
Yeah, it's a shocker. We're at a dead good road course, and we need 2 cameras. That battle for the lead's right out of 10th. We need to go to it. This is for the win here. As good of a battle as that is between Ian Montrose and Garrett Boyd for the race win, we have to go and watch it.
They're side by side once again. Oh man, Garrett's in the grass. Right back in with the leaders.
Hayden stretched it back out just a little bit to about a half second. If you would like to watch Garrett and Ian, I can watch the lead, and I will let you know if something impressive happens.
Garrett, good corner right there. He's looking to the inside. Ian blocks to the left. Oh, man. Now the battle for 5th. Cliff Owens and Jeff Perchotsky are side by side.
I think this is the best battles we've seen since we left an oval.
3 close battles in the entire top 6.
Zach McBride out of the way of the leaders here, letting those 2 handle it out here. Still about a half second gap. The battle is on, though, between Garrett.
Oh, contact!
Oh, contact!
Garrett, good braking. Gets Ian that time. Ian might be in trouble here.
A little wide there to take
Garrett,
him.
better corner, clears the 1.
Ian's going to dive it down in there. Garrett goes wide.
That 38 is destroyed. Wing is knocked off. He's going to have to come down and fix it.
Damn, I am no longer excited for our team meeting this week. Shit.
Take a look here. Ian just gets there in there deep, catches the right rear of the 38. Really, I think net code is what does it. I think the contact was that bad.
Yeah, I think contact would have been made either way, though. Garrett's going to stay out.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows his wing is gone.
Yeah, that thing is dangling by literally a thread. He's going to realize it. Yeah, there it is. Bigger braking zone. Now he's probably knows something up, but he's got to go a whole nother lap till he can pit. Or he's just trying to limp it home with 1:30 left. I think that's the more likely thing here.
Yeah, I mean, coming down pit road and stopping, that's going to give him up a lot of time here. He does have a sizable lead. Still going to be able to manage, hopefully, a top 5 here, as Jeff Perchatsky is roughly 19, maybe 9 seconds. Not entirely sure if that gap is...
It is 20 seconds behind Garrett.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if that was...
White flag in the air, apparently, so my timing and scoring doesn't know what it's doing, so we'll go back to just time. 59 seconds left. Yeah, definitely going to be a white flag situation here. So final lap, 1 second gap for the lead. What can Scott Rankin do on the alternates? I think they just might be fading for him. He was trying so hard to get around Hayden. Might have scuffed him up a little too much.
It was a great battle, though. I mean, a great battles throughout the whole field, actually. It's been kind of fun to watch here for once.
Yeah, Road America once again showing why it is one of the best road courses ever made.
Well, let's not go too far. Ian Montra's off in the grass here.
So Garrett's doing
going.
Down to 12 seconds ahead of 5. He's got to go another whole lap. He should be taking the white flag now.
And he is going to stay out and just take the white flag here.
6 cars on the lead lap. Hayden still about a second lead. He's got nothing left. Hayden's just got to run a couple clean corners. He tried really hard. That was an awesome battle for the lead. Scott Rankin gave it his all, but still a nice, clean second place finish for him here tonight as long as he makes it through the final corner. They both do. Oh, Hayden. Okay, he's just being funny. Hayden dipping and diving across the line. Hayden Lowell wins at Road America.
You know how funny that would have been if he had wrecked and lost.
He almost did, man. He almost got the grass. I don't think he knew what he was doing there. Okay, top 2 come across the line clean. Ian Montrose 52 seconds back from those two. Uh-oh.
Scott Rankin not happy with the race, saying that Hayden swerving on the track is not race etiquette. Trying to break the draft, I mean...
Ian Montrose across in 3rd. Garrett Boyd limping at home. 2.5 seconds ahead of Perchotsky. This is going to be close.
Please tell me you have driver chat on.
Yes, we do.
Okay, good.
Garrett Boyd does survive by 1 second, pretty much, ahead of Perchotsky. Oh! That was violent. Okay. Last one
DG actually just came over the radio and said that it is not a rule to start on what you qualify on.
Okay, well, everybody will be qualifying on the alternates now, I'm sure. I think the only reason people qualified on the primaries was because they thought they'd have to start on that tire. There you go. That's
yeah.
Actually the reason for a lot of strategy. But Hayden Lowell gonna burn it down, I'm sure. Get a word with him.
Okay, there we go. Hayden Lowell, your race winner tonight. Hayden, you started 3rd. You slowly worked your way up, and by slowly I mean you threw it damn 3 wide on the first lap.
Yes, I did.
And then you drove like an ass. This is
apparently.
not. Listen, this is not a deserved finish.
No, clearly not.
You deserve this win.
Clearly, I manipulated by swerving and putting my car in a defensive position.
You bastard.
That's my understanding. Is that apparently I don't know what I did. I feel like I didn't drive to any standards other than what I see them do on IndyCar Sundays. So,
listen, to play devil's advocate, I mean, we've done it all season. I mean, it's been prevalent in you make 1 or 2 movements to try and break that toe. I mean, it's no different than oval racing. You don't want the guy behind you to have a clean draft to catch you.
Yeah, I felt like I was pretty consistent with that, and feel like we've been doing it all season. But yeah, that lap 1 move was the
that was something, brother.
That was me thinking I have a 60 point lead. I can do dumb shit. Cliff just ran the fuck into me. Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Cliff, so what do you expect?
But no, that was the epitome of I have a 60-point advantage and I have a run. Why not use it?
Fair enough.
And well, I used it, and then I got some help with Shearer plowing into the back of Garrett, and drove away from there.
Well, we heard there late in the race after we brought it up to attention on the tires there, as we learned tonight, that you don't have to start on what you qualify on. How is that going to change your strategy moving forward as we go into the championship race next week?
Well, the championship race is on an oval, so we don't have multiple tire compounds. First of all,
okay.
Yeah, Andrew.
Well,
second
listen,
of all,
I just remember that on ovals we don't have push to pass. I'm working on it. By the third season, I'll know all the damn rules.
yeah, about that. It sounds like this series is on the chopping block next season. So, the answer is it doesn't change anything going forward.
Fair enough.
Is a good point.
Unfortunately, I love this series. I want it to come back, but it just doesn't sound like it's going to happen. And if that happens, I'll be happy to hopefully, knock on wood, going into the championship race next week with double points. Double points, by the way. Double points for finishing position, so it's not over. So if I can hang on to the championship, if we can go out with 2 straight IndyCar championships, that'd be pretty cool.
All right, buddy. Well, you got anybody you want to shout out on that machine?
I would like to thank the asshole Napa Auto Parts, asshole Arc Music, asshole Madigan Motorsports. Would like to thank putting us both in a position to crash C2X. Would like to thank the totally undeserved booth up here with Andrew Beach, and like to thank Lucas Hoitzma for putting on the broadcast as well. RandamLee, I do appreciate you. Everything you do for us is absolutely awesome and deserved. So,
Couldn't have said that one better myself. RandamLee deserves all the love.
He really does. RandamLee deserves everything. So
great man.
I'll make sure to go to Nashville next week and not swerve. I guess it is Nashville, right?
Oval, so I don't know where it is. So,
like, I'm not dumb. Okay, I'm dumb, but I want to say it's
Nashville Super Speedway. Yeah. I think that's what it was in real life. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
It is. So Nashville Super Speedway going to an oval. Like I said, double points for finishing position, so up to 100 points for winning the race. So not over. Feel pretty good about it, but yeah, go there on. I'm pissed. I'm gonna keep rambling because I can. I'm pissed off because iRacing doesn't have the right aero package.
I think it is over.
I need you to not.
They don't know. They don't have the right aero package. iRacing has the Super Speedway aero package for Nashville, and that is not correct.
You might be the champion tonight. We'll have to see what the points look like.
No, it's 100 points. I don't think Garrett fell back far enough to.
Garrett finished 4th.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, okay, all right. So yeah, you'll literally have to finish last or not show up.
Here, let me just upload points right now.
So while Hayden continues to ramble, before Ian has to go to bed, as he has a family and shit he has to do, unlike Hayden and everybody else in this booth. Ian Montrose, great race tonight. Started 5th, drove all the way up to 3rd. Talk us through that insane battle there with your teammate Garrett.
Yeah, first of all, I want to apologize to Garrett because I locked up and not good, not. So, yeah, I definitely owe him one for that. He owes me one. Yeah, I didn't mean to lock up, and we were racing really hard there, and yeah, it was pretty hard racing. So I apologize if I got my elbows out too much, but you know, I wanted a podium tonight. It's been a rough week for me, so I wanted to get something.
You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like you wrecked him on purpose. You wanted the podium.
Yep, we heard it. That's such an undeserved position there for you, Ian.
This is unreal.
It is. But man, listen, we know you didn't do it on purpose. I mean, he's your teammate. You guys have had a lot of great battles, and I mean, everybody at C2X has always worked very well together. So, I mean, that's just 2 drivers fighting very hard. And I mean, saying sorry, obviously, for Garrett, it doesn't help the situation, but I mean, it's just 2 teammates laying everything out there. And I mean, if you guys weren't fighting like that, I mean, you both won it. I mean, and that shows it. And it was a great battle to watch, mistake or not. So, I mean, you guys have got to be proud of the show that y'all put on.
Yeah, I mean, there was some really close, tight racing. I think it was side by side for like the middle sector. So it was, yeah, really, really fun. And again, I apologize to him. I know he's a bit upset, but again, yeah, it was one of those deals I didn't want to lock up. But I appreciate him as a teammate, and I'll definitely make sure to help him out in another race later. But anyway, it
you
was a
heard it
good
here first, folks.
Race
Manipulation.
manipulation.
yeah,
Race
race
manipulation.
manipulation.
Yep.
Okay,
Get here.
what else can we do?
What else could we do? Just get an undeserved finish, man. That's all you can
Yeah.
do for us.
Yeah.
Lucas
well,
is taking shots at me in general. What the hell?
As it should be. I mean, you deserve all the shots here. But Ian, man, congratulations on a third place finish. It may not have been the way that you wanted to get it, but you were able to get around the track. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
And off it.
And off it too. Man, you got anybody you want to shout out on that race car?
Yeah, Garrett. Obviously, apologies one more time. But other than that, just appreciate C2X in general. Appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. Appreciate DG for putting on the league, and obviously Lucas and Andrew for putting on the broadcast and CTC. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again on the third place finish. Go ahead and have a good night and a great weekend, man.
Take care, boys. Have a good evening.
All right, that was your third place finisher. Ian Montre says Hayden has not left. Your winner's still up here with us, yapping.
Because I did point. Do you want to know the points?
Do you want my honest answer?
Your answer is no, so you're going to hear them
The
anyway.
answer is you're an undeserving champion.
I mean, honestly. No, I haven't technically clinched it yet.
You're undeserving final four. I mean, champion.
Is this planning on if 30 people show up? That's my question.
Yes.
Okay, so congratulations on the championship, Hayden.
Yeah.
Hey, if I don't show up next week,
Okay, well, let's hope for that. And
I have a 95-point advantage over third place Cliff Mullins and a 92-point advantage over second place Zach McBride.
somebody
Everyone else is out of it.
intercept his power bill and cut his power off next week.
Good thing I don't pay for my own electric.
Yeah, he's back home with mom.
Oh, shoot.
Yep.
He's just like me.
Perks of being in school.
All right, well, I'll acquire his IP and somebody can do the work for me.
Andrew has my address, so I mean.
I do.
You know what you must do.
I know what
We
I
need a
have to do.
championship battle next week.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
just-
put this on his
just-
computer.
Just like airmail me some like swine flu. And
Are you allergic to
It'd be great.
anything?
Losing.
Any allergies, prior medications?
Damn. I'm allergic to
And
losing.
apparently, I'm going to take a shot here too. I'm apparently allergic to losing and having clean battles with Lucas Hoitzma.
You are allergic
Yeah.
to that. I
Yeah.
mean, like, damn.
I
You just
'Cause I
ripped his ass.
I just can't seem to get the hang of that.
for 87s at Darlington. Suck.
I don't remember.
87s. That was like two damn years
probably
ago.
over 2 years ago.
I don't remember that. I'll be
Damn,
quite
ladies and
honest.
gentlemen, the truth comes out. A racer never forgets. Lucas West was about to tell us a time in 2019 whenever Hayden doored him.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bullshit.
I'm sure I took away a win from Lucas somehow.
You've
Yeah.
taken away
Well,
many,
and
I'm
then
sure.
I straight lined him on the same race, so we're actually even on that.
Did you? Hey, I need to go back and find this now. I don't remember any of this.
On some channel, I don't know.
It's
On
somewhere
that
if you
note,
look
thank
hard
you all
enough,
for
I'm
watching
sure.
tonight. I'm Lucas Hoitzman. Joining me tonight was Andrew Beach and Hayden for post-race coverage. And we'll see you
Y'all
next
have a
week
good one.
for Nashville. Okay, bye.
Get out!